so many interesting moments in that interview that you just did with James Comey. What stands out to you?
Well, first, that he actually showed up. The traffic was literally, we were getting updates, 9th and Constitution, New Jersey,
Right.
so we kind of shifted things around. But what stood out to me substantively was, one, that he says to this day, he doesn't definitively know that the dossier was funded by the DNC and Hillary Clinton. I find that fascinating. I find it interesting. I think as you're presenting the dossier as a reason to surveil Carter Page to a FISA court, why don't you know? And when you're saying to President-elect Trump what exactly it is, it's unverified and salacious, but it's funded by your opponent. I don't know the answer to that. So I thought that was really what stuck out in my mind.
I totally agree with you. I mean, there was like a deer in the headlights look, like, gee, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea who paid for it. You know, we didn't really look into that. This is the head of the Investigative Bureau of the United States. These are the basic questions that anybody would want to know. So you have this document. It accuses the president of these salacious things. Where did it come from? Who generated it? He said, well, I was told he was, a legitimate source, Steele, and that was, I guess, good enough for him. But they didn't. The FBI at one point considered paying Steele and bringing him on, and then they decided not to. So they must have known something was up with his credibility. Right.
I mean, he got fired by the FBI for lying about the fact that he didn't or did leak to the media. That was not told to the president-elect. And I think that the other thing that stuck out to me was about the leaking of the memos. Again, he pushed back on the word leak. I tried to get FBI protocol and the employment thing that he signed about what a leak is, but whether it's classified or not, it was work product that he had as an FBI director that he worked on, that he gave to this Columbia professor. He said it was a good friend, but it turns out he was also working at the FBI. Why does that matter? Well, what was his job? He was what? He was a valve. He was a guy that you gave stuff to. He also confirmed that the memos, including what now were considered classified memos, went to 3 other people. And we know that the FBI had to scrub the computer of one of those people after that because of intelligence. So where this goes, I don't know, but he confirmed that he talked to the IG, the Inspector General, about this very handling of memos.
Yeah, it'll be fascinating to see what the IG finds about that, because that's the major bone of contention right now with the soundbite that you played from President Trump this morning, saying that he believes that James Comey is a leaker. He was much rougher on him than just that. And James Comey said, absolutely not. I never leaked anything. Those were my private memories. I thought of them as sort of a diary that I was putting together, and it was my right as a private citizen, having been fired by the FBI, to hand them over. But they were generated on an FBI payroll and on FBI computers, we assume. So, I wonder, Bret, obviously we're going to look closely at that IG report to find out, which one of those is actually the case in the minds of the IG.
Well, that's right. And we don't know what we don't know about that IG report, but we do know that it's going to be coming out soon. According to lawmakers on the Hill, they think it's going to be explosive because he's been working on it for a long time. The other thing that struck me about the interview is when he said at the end that he would still be FBI director tonight. Listening to this media rollout and this media blitz about this book, which, by the way, has done very well selling, he has not shied away from saying that the president is morally unfit, that people should vote their conscience but not vote for this guy because he doesn't match the values and principles that I have and that the country should have. And yet he said, as of tonight, had he not been fired, he would still be working for this person, as he's lambasting Republicans for working with this person who was duly elected by the American public. I just thought that was I tried to see if there's a disconnect in his mind, and there wasn't.
Fascinating. Bret, thank you so much.